Good afternoon, everybody. Look at what we've found here. Fresh tracks of, looks like 2 male lions on the road here, everybody. I saw some elephant tracks close by here as well. So it's all happening. Very excited to have you with us again, of course, here on the Rietspruit Game Reserve with myself, Gareth, Poole, and this afternoon we are graced with the presence of Maddie on camera. And yeah, very excited, guys. We've had a lot of rain in the last 24 hours, and you can actually see that if you look at the ground. You can see the weather, the surrounding weather. It's still very overcast. It's predicted that it might rain still some more this afternoon. We're hoping that it'll stay away for at least the next 2 hours. But let's see if we can find these male lions. So you can clearly see one set of tracks here on my left and the other set of tracks here on my right. Both male lions, it looks like, at least 2 walking along the road here. And the tracks of the elephants went back into this block behind us. Now, because of course it's a really cold afternoon, that's probably why these male lions are active right now. Jana and Wiem, actually the lions roaring in camp or close to camp. They were in camp themselves when they heard them roaring quite close around lunchtime today, so just a couple of hours ago. And now Maddie and I have just stumbled upon these tracks here. We're about half a mile away from camp, and these tracks are heading north away from camp, heading pretty much up the same route I often take here in the afternoons, up towards the 2 water holes which are close by. So let's keep going. Let's see if we can find these male lions. Standing by. Looks like the tracks have gone. Yeah, affirmative. Don't see the lion tracks anymore. Now, of course, it gets quite difficult, everybody, tracking in these conditions. Because of all the rain that's fallen, it makes the soils, in some parts, quite difficult to read off of. Makes the soil quite hard. So, of course, the tracks are not always that clear to see when you get to these harder soils. Right, must remember to quickly say hello to all of those that joined us. Wow, lots of chatter already. That's great. Happy to see all of you with us. Let's start at the very beginning. Willow, Carol, Betty, Di, Mary, Karen, Jan, Noel, Elsa, Jennifer, wonderful, Becky, Barbara. So lovely to have you all with us, everybody. Very, very excited that we've got some fresh male lion tracks here. Although they might have just gone off the road back there. I'm just going to have a quick look up ahead here. Nope. There you go. There's some soft soil up ahead. I can see lion tracks again up ahead there. Just in these hard patches it gets a bit difficult, but there's some soft soil up ahead where I saw a couple more tracks just here. So cool. Such a beautiful print, isn't it? The print of the king. Now, I've mentioned, obviously, overcast conditions. Temperature is really low. It's about 16 degrees Celsius right now. Perfect conditions for lions if they wanted to be active at this time of the day. Now, we already know, of course, that they were roaring close to the camp around lunchtime today, and since then have moved on. Fingers crossed we'll catch up to them and see what they're up to. Now, just when we started this afternoon, just before we got started, I was chatting to the crew and asking them whether they had perhaps heard any leopards mating, which of course we had 2 nights ago in this area. We never got to see them, sadly, but we heard them mating quite a few times. We were very close to the courting pair. So I'm going to be on the lookout, everybody, for signs of those 2 leopards as well. I'm hoping they might still be nearby. Let's quickly have a look at this next junction here to see which way these male lions have gone. Looks like they might have turned before this point. Some impala and some vultures here, which are all looking pretty chilled out. They don't seem too bothered by much. So the lions must have been here some time ago already. The fact that these grazers are in this area and are quite relaxed. But it is a strong wind that we have at the moment as well, so these impala and these wildebeest certainly wouldn't smell the lions if they were close by. So they would only really be able to detect the lions if they saw them. There's a really nice big open sodic area just up here. These lions might have gone to go rest in this open area, maybe under one of these guarri trees, because I don't see their tracks anymore. No, I'll take that back. There are some tracks here. Very difficult to see these tracks. Times like these when you hope there isn't a male lion busy watching you from the long grass back here. Look a bit older. Right, let's stay ahead. Birdman here. So there are one or two tracks there. Difficult to say how fresh they are, but I can only assume it's still them walking up along the road here. I don't think they've turned off just yet. We'll keep going. Making sure we don't drive past them, of course, because if they do lie down, they'll just go, you know, slightly off the road and just lie down in the long grass. Oh no, there's still tracks here. I really hope the rain does stay away this afternoon. I love going out on a safari in this type of weather, and it's because I know that the cats will often be active in this type of weather, and that's what gets me excited, knowing that we could potentially come across cats on the move and cats, you know, doing something exciting, hunting, patrolling their territory. Even now, whilst I'm driving, I can't see any tracks. I have to slow right down and check very carefully, which is not normally the case. You know, when the soils are dry, it's a lot easier for me to see the tracks up ahead while I'm moving, and don't really need to slow down or get off the vehicle as much as I'm going to need to do this afternoon. But that's cool, it's exciting. How's it? Lekker, man. Not so easy.
What do you see?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Last tracks are all the way back there, so I don't know.
Right, but they came from the corridor or something.
Yes.
So they come all the way down here and then they want to fuck all the way back again.
And it looks like two of them.
I wouldn't be surprised if the one is with the pride. So the pride is still on high.
Yes. I think they might have turned back there, Birdman. Yeah.
That bull, that rhino bull.
Yeah.
I'm curious because it's one of the bulls.
Yes.
And he's got the one that I saw. He's got his one ear is like that, cut off like that.
The left ear.
So as you look at him, if he's walking towards you, the one on the right hand side.
Yeah, I couldn't see that ear.
Because he's one of the orphans, but he's coming towards the tribe.
Okay.
So my curious is you may be the one to replace 34.
I've been seeing people here in this corner a lot, so I reckon he's come down here. Yeah, it must be.
I've got him going up the fence on back.
It must.
You know which one is replace 34 and they take 34.
Yes.
It looks like he's already
Which is great.
Yeah, with the natural challenge already coming on.
I reckon he's actually on that way. Will you do me a favour and check along here? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go a bit further along here, see if I don't find anything. Otherwise I must come back and just direction on those last tracks I had. But it's a bit tough. The sand is hard now from the rain.
So do you see it was before?
No, these tracks are on top of the last rain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when was that?
They were roaring here by Ace midday today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they're close by, I'm sure. Yeah, straight south. Lekker. Myself and Birdman, aka Simon, have just been checking the road there, everybody. No more tracks here. So I'm not too sure which direction they've gone. I just along the road here, but further up ahead there's some nice areas of softer sand for me to check for lion tracks. Otherwise we might have to go back and just try and get a direction there and which way these guys have gone. Haha, here we go. This is where they've gone. There we go. Tracks again here, everybody. So those lines down here. Still heading straight towards the water at Lemundur and Krip, where there's that little reservoir and then the big reservoir where the elephants often go to drink. Noel, I see you've made the comment, Gareth out the vehicle, male lions, oh my word. Yeah, it's cool, love it. It's exciting. Love tracking these cats on foot. Of course, you know, I've got lots of experience, spent a lot of time in the bush since I was a little kid with my dad, then obviously got proper training. 14 years ago now when I started my training, and learned from the best, learned from some incredible trackers over the years of being a guide in the last 14 years. So do know what I'm doing, but ultimately these are wild animals, so you can never become too complacent. You've got to be very alert when you've got to be very careful. The reality is though, these male lions will most likely move away from me rather than challenge me if they saw me on foot. They'll be more nervous of seeing me on foot than I would be of seeing them on foot. See the tracks there, Matt? So I'd lost the tracks on the road, everybody, but can now see the tracks just here on our right. This is that soft sand I was telling you about where I was hoping to find their tracks. So we're still on them, still going north. Birdman, I've got their tracks again going north up towards the reservoir on Lemundurang.
Okay, well done. I'll just go along this track and I'll double back to Lemundurang then.
Copy. You see, of course, it also helps having Simon around helping us look for them, because he's doing different roads now. And the lions may have turned, they may have taken a different direction, and he may bump into them somewhere else. That does help speed up the process. Now we've lost the tracks here again. Track there. So I'm looking behind me and it's looking rather dark and ominous. the clouds behind us, everybody, and there's a strong breeze, a strong wind blowing from behind us. Certainly bringing in some clouds, hopefully deposit rain on us. Betty's asked the question, is Simon by himself or with clients? No, he's by himself. Simon is a landowner here. He's one of the Leadwood residents, so he goes out just for the sheer pleasure of it. Just goes out on his own. He's out every single day. Still seeing tracks of them moving along here. Right, now where did they go from here? Again, we've got a herd of impala right here, everybody. Very relaxed. So they haven't seen any lions recently. Maybe they went down to the small reservoir. Now, of course, we might get lucky and hear them roaring, which will be a massive help. I know it was a young bull that I saw at Mamba Dam, and he headed south to the fence from there.
A young bull. So dehorned or with a horn?
Dehorned, and he had a notch in his left ear, just a single notch at the top of the ear. So just as we started our drive this afternoon, everybody, before we actually went live, Maddie and I bumped into a young white rhino bull at Mamba Dam. We were kind of hoping we were going to be able to stick with him for you all to see, but he went through some thick bush and I just couldn't follow him, so we left him. And that's what I was just busy updating the other guides on. No line tracks yet. I'm going to just quickly have a look at this little water hole here. They might have come past this water hole and walked up the next road here. Yeah, here we go. They walk. Great news. Back on track, everybody. So up ahead, again, some really nice open sodec areas where there's a good chance these male lions may have headed towards gun down. But you never know, they might be very hungry and might be searching for prey. They're a long way off from the Pride, by the way, everybody. The Pride are on the most eastern edge of the Kind Lowveld property, so the most eastern edge of the Rietspruit Game Reserve. So they are a long distance away from here. And we know that these male lions do often seek out the Pride, hoping to, rob them of a meal. So they could potentially be moving around, trying to pick up on signs of the females. Interesting. Vulture's just taken off up ahead here. Just one vulture. Now, one thing to note, everybody, is that vultures are usually not active in this type of weather. They generally only fly on clear sunny days. Overcast conditions they don't like, so they'll often just roost and wait for the sun to come out again, relying on those heat thermals to help them get about. So it's probably just coincidence that we've run into that white-backed vulture that just flew across the road here. Just wanted to quickly jump off here and have a look to see if there's still tracks here. Yeah, so difficult. Can't see anything here. And the reason I stopped is there's two big prominent game paths that jut off the road here going in here. I just want to see if these lions didn't take these game paths. One of them went off here, but only one. So I might not be able to see the other one that's walking along the road here because of how hard the ground is. Keep going. Another vulture there. See if we can get a clear gap here. Another white-backed vulture sitting in this tree up here. Again, I'm pretty sure these vultures were just roosting here because of the bad weather. Nice gap here. Back.
Yeah, I'll bet.
That's okay. So there you can see the vulture, everybody, or the remaining vulture. You'll probably find that there were a pair sitting in that tree. Just took another short walk along the road. Can't see any tracks of these lions. Maybe they all went along that game path there. Making us work for it this afternoon. Interesting. There's tracks here of impala that were running very fast across the road here. So now we know why the lions left the road and came in here. They were hunting impala. And the tracks are scattered of the impala running in different directions. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but if you look at the road here, you'll see the dark stains. Those are the impala's tracks. But you'll see how they are so dragged out. Look at how long that track is. That's because of the soft soil from the rain and the impala running at high speed, dragging their hooves in the mud. They were running away from these lions. Maybe the vultures weren't a coincidence. Maybe those lions have killed an impala somewhere here. Now, of course, 2 or 3 male lions make very quick work of an impala. They'll clean it up very quickly. But if it happened recently, they might still be here. Of course, if they're still feeding, we might get lucky and hear them arguing with each other as they feed on that carcass. Ah, lions dead ahead, everybody. I love it when a good plan comes together. Oh, epic. Beautiful. No kill, however, I don't think. I think they certainly had a, well, we know they had a go at those impala, judging by the tracks. But there's no blood on those faces. But jackpot, everybody, we've found what looks like the 2 fitter males here. Yeah, the 2 ginger males, look at them. Gorgeous. Is that a lion roaring? Yeah, there's another lion roaring behind us, everybody. And you can clearly tell these 2 have heard it. Look at them reacting. We might hear them roaring right now, everybody. They might respond. Definitely caught their attention. Look at this. They're on it. Incredible, guys. Look at this. Oh my God. They are so beautiful, these lions. It's ridiculous how good looking they are. Kinky-tailed male coming past us here. Yeah. Not so sure about Matthew, so close to him. Oh, epic. So epic. Oh my God. Yeah, it's such good timing, guys, to catch them just as they got up now. And how lucky we are that there's another lion roaring in the distance. I assume their brother. We would not be able to hear the pride. We are way too far off from the pride. I think they've heard their brother roaring in the distance and they're heading his way. Looks like they're just doing some scent marking up against these guarri trees here first. Yeah. Don't spray us. Birdman coming. Okay, I'm just going to quickly whip around everybody to where I think these lines are going to come out. So cool. Love moments like these. Birdman coming.
Standing by.
I've located two of the male lions. They were on Akkadis track close to the deep slit. They're now heading straight east back towards Lamundering Noot. That little two-track, that road that runs north from Lamundering Krip. They are responding to audio of another lion that's roaring further to the east of us.
Thanks for that update, guys. I got one of it and I doubled back down towards the corner to see what that rhino was doing.
Copy that. Okay, they're going to come out somewhere here, everybody. Which is exactly where they came in, by the way. This is where I lost the tracks of the lions. Remember where I found tracks of one lion heading along that little game path, which is just up ahead here. There we go, straight ahead of us. They've come out exactly there, on that point where that game trail was. Oh, look at that. He's busy sharpening his claws and leaving their scent behind. This is one of the reasons why lions will do this, everybody. Rub their claws deep into the trunks of trees. I also think they like to just stretch the muscles. Of course, having fully muscles used for a little while. To stretch them out like the great behavior. See, I didn't like the brother taking over the tree there. This is epic. The one male lion, everybody, is just cutting through the block here. In fact, both of them are. Okay, I'm going to turn around again. There's another road we can take just back here. They are on a mission. They are definitely heading straight in the direction of where we heard that other lion, Matty and I. But it was quite a distance. Probably, I'd say, on a windy day like this, we could probably only hear that other lion about 3/4 of a mile away. So they've probably still got quite a distance to go before they connect with this other lion, which, again, we assume can only be their brother, their injured brother. But they might not be able to recognize the sound of which individual it is exactly at this distance. And so they're going to go and investigate it regardless. And just see impala scattering in front of me here. I don't think these male lions are going to show too much interest in these impala right now. They're more interested in getting to that other lion. I can see one of the males in here now, just on our right. It is very thick here, however, everybody. So what we'll do is we'll just wait for them up ahead. It opens up really nicely up here. They're going to come out into the open here, so let's just quickly get up there and wait for them here. wait to see where they're moving to, but I'm sure they're going to go past the big reservoir now. I can hear the other line roaring again. Pretty sure I just caught the tail end of the other line roaring. Maybe why these two stopped. They might have been listening to that other line roaring and they'll carry on. Here they come. Just going to roll by inch, mate. Oh my God, look at this. Just incredible. Never gets old. It is just so freaking cool. Yes, I love seeing my lions when they're on a mission like this. They are striding. Interesting to see that they haven't vocalized yet. They haven't responded to that other line. I thought for sure they were going to react straight away and respond, but maybe because of the wind, that could be one of the reasons why they're not responding. Maybe they want to get closer to that lion. They will be. The lions are smart enough to recognize the fact that with strong wind, their sound doesn't travel as far. So, what's he got there? Oh, has he got a thorn in his paw? So they'll save their energy and roar when they're closer to other lions, if they roar at all. Probably why they've stayed quiet for now. Now these two male lions are now on Lemundoring Oos by the reservoir and continuing east. Oh, there we go. They're roaring. Yes. Oh my God, you guys are so impressive. What an amazing sound, everybody. See, the one's just paused now to see if he doesn't hear a response. through all the comments here, everybody. Yes, the resident coalition of male lions here on the Rietspruit Game Reserve is a number of 3 males. What's he heard here? He's seen something as well. Very interesting. No, lost interest in whatever it was. And the missing male lion is the injured male lion, the darker maned male. He's been bullied by these two over the last sort of 6 weeks. I don't think anything recently, to be honest, but he really is struggling with muscle atrophy in his back left hip. He's lost almost all the muscle there, so he's got a horrible limp. He's got a couple of puncture wounds in that area as well of where his brothers attacked him. So yeah, shame. He's had a tough time, but he has eaten well, he's drinking well, he's regularly seen actually still with his 2 brothers, even though they bully him. He still gets to see, you know, they still spend quite a bit of time together. So he's still doing all things a male lion does, but yeah, sadly it just, that wound hasn't improved. We were hoping it would have, but we don't really interfere because this is the natural process with lions, with male lions in particular. Is dominance is a big part of their lives, and so they constantly fight with each other, even within coalitions, even amongst a litter of brothers. It happens, and these 3 male lions are all brothers, born to the same mother and father on another reserve a bit further north of here, which is where we got them from about 5 years ago when they were reintroduced to this area. So currently these 2 are the most dominant in the coalition. Man, they're on a mission. It's so epic. What a spectacular view of them walking down this road with the road in the distance like that. They keep going in this direction. It won't be long before they're pretty close to Kudukrip, another one of the little water holes that we have had some phenomenal sightings at in the last couple of weeks. And that could potentially be where their brother lay down close to water. He might be somewhere in that area. Now the other male lion may have also got up in hearing these 2 roaring, might have got up and come toward them. Even though he has been bullied by these 2 so regularly, he still wants to be close to them to try and maintain that bond of the coalition, but at the same time also try and reap the rewards of these 2 killing something, and then he will get to feed. He won't be able to feed immediately because he's injured. These 2 will have their full first, but once they've had their full, they wouldn't really react too much to him then starting to feed on the carcass once they were full. Just pause again here, the lions, briefly. And you see they keep turning back on themselves like that, back over their right shoulder. I wonder if the lions at Moholoholo, which is a rehabilitation center very close to us here, up against the Drakensberg Mountains, I wonder if those lions aren't roaring in response to these 2 roaring, and maybe that's what they're hearing. Clearly not too worried about it. Oh, this is just phenomenal, guys, that we're being spoilt with this sighting, and again we have it all to ourselves. That may change. There might be some other folks that show interest in coming here just now, but for the time being this is all ours. See the 1 male lion just busy scent marking up against the tree there. raising his tail and shooting some urine up against the tree. Carol, I see you've put up a comment there about hearing the boys next door. Nobody has heard the boys next door. We don't know where those male lions are. So I don't think so, no. I think they are most likely hearing the Moholoholo lions. But it's still heading straight east, so still heading towards where we heard that injured male lion roaring from earlier. More scent marking. Now, of course, we've had rain in the last 24 hours, and what happens with the rain is all of your territorial animals, like these lions, like leopard, rhino, bulls, they all have to remark their territory, because of course the rain has now washed away all of their scent. So they become very busy after rain, actively, patrolling their territory and laying down scent again. I wonder if he's trying to sell something on the wind. The wind is heavy. His brother's roaring up ahead. Roaring whilst he's scent marking. Yes, Betty, there have been regular sightings of the injured male lion. No massive improvement. Yeah, I think he could potentially make a full variation in, but only time will tell. He's certainly keeping up with the pace of life out here because he's feeding and drinking regularly, and so yeah, hopefully he'll be able to recover. But we, of course, are not going to intervene. If he does sadly die from those injuries, that's just the way it is. It's just the way of life here. So we'll just keep hoping that he'll bounce back. Hopefully we're going to see these two male lions connect with this other lion that we've heard roaring. It'd be very interesting to see what sort of behavior plays out. As we know, they have shown massive aggression to their brother in the past, but not recently that we know of. We haven't seen any clear evidence on the dark maned male that he's been attacked by these two recently, but you just never know. I'd be very interested as well to see, is there massive sort of submissive behavior from the injured male towards these two when they reconnect with him. Be very interesting to see the behavior playing out when they find him here. More likely it'll be very tame. There won't be too much aggression, which is normally what happens. They'll recognize that it's their brother and then probably just flop down and go to sleep next to him, and then wait for nightfall before they start hunting together. We're getting very close now to Kudu Krip. Just another couple 100 yards along the road here. Standing by.
Are you still on rock with the males?
Yeah, affirm. They're now approaching Kudu Krip.
Yeah, I'm coming up past the solar panel here. I'll be there in about 2.
Copy that. Yeah, they're on Lemundwering still, coming down towards Kudu Krip. So they'll be there in the next 2 minutes as well, I reckon. Copy. Birdman, did you? Oh, there you go. So Simon has come to join us here, everybody. He went back south to see if we could find that white rhino that we located earlier. Didn't have any success, and he's come back to join us with the lions. No response yet from the other male. I think that this wind is playing havoc in that they're struggling to hear one another. It's a strong wind that we have right now. Now, of course, remember, for these two male lions, they are walking into the wind. So for them, it's easier to hear the lion that's roaring in the distance. The lion that's further to the east of us might not be able to hear these two roaring because their roars are falling into the wind. And that's maybe why he hasn't responded. Oh, here we go. They're roaring again now, these two. rather just the male at the front is roaring. There we go. Kinky tail starting to roar. Incredible how they roar like this on the move. They heard their brother down here. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Was he on the fence? Was he on the fence? Ah, okay. There you go. So Birdman did find that rhino. That's good news. It's very interesting that they haven't caught up with this other male lion yet, everybody. I thought for sure we would have caught up to him by now. It's very interesting. You think we've probably already traveled about a mile from where we first found these male lions, and myself and Matt could hear that other lion roaring from there. And that will also have to do with the weather conditions today, because there's such a strong wind. I think that's why Matt and I could hear that roaring from quite a distance, further than I originally thought. Jennifer's asked the question whether the male lions mourn the passing of a member of the coalition. No, don't think so. They'll just carry on with their lives. That dead lion, hyenas, jackals, and the like, all the scavengers. And yeah, the remaining two here will just carry on. For these wild animals, it's purely just about survival. They don't have time to do anything else other than keep marching, keep hunting, keep defending territory, keep trying to spread their genes. So no, I don't think there'll be any warning. Percent marking. Hey everybody, as you can see, goes back to what I was discussing earlier with this. Very actively marking their territory again. stopping for anything, huh? Karen, to answer your question about the pride and the decision on cubs, no. No decision been made there just yet. We haven't finished. Oh, there his brother's roaring again. Interesting to see this male line showing interest in some white rhino dung there. This is such a privilege. Brother's just paused up ahead for the first time in a long time. Wonder if he's hearing something or whether he's seen something here. He's on the move again. And now he says, I've had it. I don't want to walk anymore. Oh, look at that bond, everybody. Isn't that amazing? Very close, these two. This is incredible. Now they might actually be rolling on something. The first male lion may have laid down on something there, like rhino dung or elephant dung. Oh, listen to that growl. That's something you don't get to hear all that often. Now they're rolling in dung here. Lion and leopard will often roll in herbivores' dung, a way of trying to mask their own scent. Incredible. See how he's sniffing the ground like that? There's scent of something here that has taken their interest, and that's why they've rolled in it. So there's a private vehicle that's joined us now on the other side of the lines here, everybody. You may see that vehicle shortly. I believe it's probably one of the Steinbachs, the landowners here on the Blowbank section of the Rietspruit Game Reserve. I think it's one of their vehicles that's come down here. They, of course, had no idea these lions were here. I don't think they're on the radio all that much. But these lions will just walk right past them and carry on. Steinbach? Yeah, I think so. Oh, was he?
Yeah, I saw it last night.
Then it's probably him. Just want to have a quick look at the road here and see if I can see anything. Interesting. Just urine. Never know. It might even be the urine of their brother that they rolled in there. But definitely not any dung of any sort, not any rhino or elephant dung that they were rolling in there.
Sorry to interrupt you guys.
Not at all. How are you, Nico? Good self. Lekker meneer. Nice to see you, Oom.
Ja, ik weet niet meer waar ik
Ja. Cheers, meneer. So that was indeed one of the landowners, everybody. He's probably just out checking on all of his little water holes. What a nice treat for him to just come along a road and bump into two male lions busy loving each other on the road like that. My goodness, we have covered some distance. Jennifer, I see you've asked a question about is there a reason they haven't been named? Yeah, we don't usually need to give these male lions individual names. Names given to animals out here in our world is usually purely for science, for research purposes. That's the reason animals get names here. It just makes life a lot easier for us to enter data using software to record sightings and information on particular individuals. But because these males are not individuals and are considered a coalition, they are just referred to as the Rietspruit Coalition. So no, they won't really get individual names. I think a lot of people will come up with their own names that they like to give animals. Yeah, but we, like I say, we only really need names for research purposes. The male's paused again at the front and he's turning again once again over his right shoulder. I'm convinced there's other lions roaring at Moholo Holo, and now they're roaring in response. There his brother begrudgingly joins in. Incredible. Yes. Oh, love my job. So we are now not too far, everybody, from Boskamp, which is of course where the landowners just come from, just a little bit further up ahead here. I wonder if that other male lion's not sleeping somewhere close to that camp, the owner's camp. It would make sense that if we, myself and Matt, were able to hear a male lion roaring from back there, this sort of distance, it would make sense then that this male lion that was roaring out here was higher up on top of a crest. Therefore his roars would have travelled a much further distance than they would have if he were down in a ravine somewhere. And the camp itself is built right up on one of the highest points on the reserve here. So you never know, this other male lion could be somewhere close to that camp. Just thinking now, everybody, how lucky we are that we haven't had the rain again this afternoon. Imagine if we'd missed out on all of this incredible behavior from these lions because of the rain. We certainly are very lucky. Temperature hasn't changed at all, however, still very chilly, but again, probably why these lions are happy to be active right now, because of the cooler conditions. Cheers, Becky. Thanks so much for joining us. Sorry you have to go, but I hope you've enjoyed it. It's certainly been incredible so far. We'll see you soon. How lucky we are that these male lions are so tolerant of us being with them like this. Oh dear, I hope I didn't jinx us with all of the rain talk. I'm just now starting to feel a couple of raindrops, everybody, and I look over to my right and I see some very dark clouds approaching. Sadly, we will have to end it if the rain does come, everybody. But for now, we're still good. If we do have to end it, of course, just so lucky with what we have already witnessed this afternoon. Just reboot. Yes, indeed, Carol. Chase the rain away for us. Can't believe they haven't found their brother yet. I was at the Deep Slut Akka district and I heard that lion roaring here.
Okay, but now you see that also they roaring into the wind.
Yeah, exactly.
From carrying, so like
No, he's not hearing them, but I can't believe that I heard that male lion from this far away.
okay, so yeah, I see what you're saying. That'll be that's got to put up with you.
Exactly.
So where is he? Is he on the fence line?
No, it can't be possible that we would have heard him from the fence line. I reckon he's somewhere up on this ridge because you know the height as well. Carry it. Stay away, Rain. We want to see what happens here. Oh, just lay down, one of them. Birdman, do you think we'll have to go around?
You know what? If he comes here by himself, he's there on the back of the left.
Yeah,
And he knows you're on the route of the line.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a song.
yeah.
I don't know if there's anyone else with it.
That's what I'm just a bit worried about. If
I think he came down to do some maintenance.
yes,
You see they're running those new poles for that line, and their power line and stuff.
exactly.
I think that's what he's busy with.
Okay.
So I mean, even if we go this way, it comes out by the hanger.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to get around anyway.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go around quick.
Down.
That's hundreds.
I'll take it on the chin.
Yeah. I'll leave you with that one. So you can hear me discussing and everybody. Women's, rather landowners, are in their camp. They've asked us if we could just kindly avoid the camp. So that's exactly what we're doing. Matt and I are just going to quickly go around. We're going to go up and behind the camp because I don't think these lions are going to stay long at the camp. They're going to go right through it. And I know where they usually come out, so we'll just go and wait up on top of the ridge here for them to come out on the other side. I think Simon's braving it. He seems like he's going straight into camp. But I'm going to avoid slap on the wrists and just quickly scoot around. And you never know, we may bump into the third brother. Yeah, you see, I can smell fire here at the camp. So there's someone in camp. Must be the landowner's family. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, everybody, but the rain is also starting to pick up a bit more. Say again, Vim. Okay. Yeah, I'm just busy getting word now, everybody, from VM, who is obviously a couple miles back, closer to the mountains. And he says the weather has turned quite badly there, and we know that that weather is coming our way. So, sadly, everybody, we're going to have to call it quits here. Just want to quickly see. No, I don't think that line's there. All right, everybody. Apologies about that. Not much we can do about weather, that's for sure, but absolutely incredible afternoon with the male lions, and so exciting tracking them down and finding them. Thank you so much for all of you that joined us, and stay tuned. We'll be back with you all again very soon. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'm gonna fly home.